Hey guys, and welcome back to a short story with Sheena. So, if you've been in the fitness, martial arts, dealing with people, retail industry long enough, you're eventually going to have a story or two of, people that you've had to deal with who were less than ideal and less than pleasant on the phone. So, one of my favorite stories to share from that was a gentleman who called. And now, this is not an uncommon situation for me. My response was maybe a little less than common and probably not the best choice, if I'm honest. So I had a gentleman call, wanted to know a little bit more about the style of self-defense that I teach. And, I explained to him my background, where my experience comes from. And we chatted for a little while. He was one of the individuals we get in very commonly who immediately have no skill, but they want to spar right off the bat, and they're big guys. They don't really need any kind of training. And again, you've probably dealt with folks like this. So anyways, then he got to the point where he asked about our lead instructor. Well, I'm our lead instructor. And for some people, that's a problem. So, which is fine, right? To each his own. You don't want to train with me, your loss, not mine. So this gentleman finally was like, wait, you're a girl, you're a chick. Like, what do you mean you're a lead instructor? And I was like, well, yeah, this is my experience. This is what I know. This is what I've been doing. And he was very obviously uncomfortable with training underneath a female. So he starts asking me questions like, well, where do the men train then? Like, is there another place that the men train? And he was just being kind of a jerk about it. I won't go into great detail about how he was being a jerk, but he was being a jerk. And I kind of maybe lost it for a minute. My temper kind of took over. And thankfully for me, I had just been to my niece's birthday party like 2 days before at our local Chuck E. Cheese. So when I snapped a little bit, I said to him, you know what, bud? Tell you what, you're right. There's actually a really great place where all the big men, the real men really train. Let me give you that address. And his attitude and demeanor completely changed. He was so stoked to go train with these guys. Yeah, the big man, I get to hit him right away. I really get to be a tough guy. It was so hilarious. And so I actually gave him the physical address to Chuck E. Cheese. And just to add insult to injury, I told him, you bet, bud. I just want you to walk in. Just tell him you're looking for my buddy Chuck. He's going to take care of you. Yeah, you'll really get to train real tough and really roll with the big dudes. And I was being ridiculous at this point in time on the phone. And this guy was stoked. He was so excited. He was like, I'm going to get my car. I'm going to drive over there. Absolutely freaking hilarious. I wish I could have been a fly on the wall or just somebody parked in the parking lot so that I could have watched him roll up to the Chuck E. Cheese. I would bet money he didn't even recognize that's where he was at when he walked in and was asking for Chuck to train. Yeah, absolutely freaking hilarious. One of my favorite stories to tell. So, moral of the story is, hey, you can train under a female. We know a lot. We've been through a lot. So pull your head out, right? And B, don't be a dick, right? All right, guys. We'll see you next Friday.